I own a transformation facility called TYB by Yasir Khan. It's in Al Quoz, and it's one of the biggest facility in Dubai.
Amazing.
I would say in the UAE, around 90,000 square feet area. And I just thrive on transformations. Whenever I help people and make them achieve their goals and make them live a better life, I enjoy that. And that's the reward I look forward to.
So this is another very cool episode of the SEF Backstage Pass podcast. My name is Hanan Izzuddin. I run the Family Hub and the podcast الموضوع عائلي جدا. And I'm really looking forward to having a conversation with Yasir Khan today. Yasir, you have done so much when it comes to the wellness space over the last 23 years. I mean, this has been a long journey, yeah?
Yes.
It is a pleasure, alhamdulillah, it's a pleasure to have you today, and I want you to introduce yourself to our listeners, and then we'll take it from there to look at your inspiring journey and how we can create that impact as well with everybody listening.
Inshallah. First of all, thank you for having me here.
It's a pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine. So I am transforming life since last 23 years. I own a transformation facility called TYB by Yasir Khan. It's in Al Quoz, and it's one of the biggest facility in Dubai.
Amazing.
I would say in the UAE, around 90,000 square feet area. And I just thrive on transformations. Whenever I help people and make them achieve their goals and make them live a better life, I enjoy that. And that's the reward I look forward to. And I think it's, especially in today's time, we are living in such time where discipline is very rare. Health, fitness, mental health is very rare to find. And I chose to work with people on these areas. I've got programs like Kaizen by Yasir Khan, YK's Way, Ikigai. These are my programs which I enroll people and then I teach them. So these are the different levels basically. Ikigai is one of my basic, and then you get to Kaizen where you all work on that mindset. I brain coach people, so it's a whole course of 12 weeks. And then YK's Way, little longer commitment, working on, it's a CEO program basically, where all the CEOs are aligned with me and I coach them.
That's really cool. And I'm actually going to jump in on what you just said. When we say the word transform, you use the word transform like maybe 7-8 times right now, which is awesome because that's your brand and it's so good to capitalize on that. But a lot of us, unfortunately, Yasir, we grew up thinking that, weight or health is about, I need to lose 5 kilos so I can get into that dress, and I want to do that so that I can look good on camera or I can look good in the wedding or whatever. I'm going on vacation and I want to wear that dress. And a lot of times it's all about the yo-yo dieting, which we've all been experiencing. You go on that diet, you fast for I don't know how long, and then there's juice fast and you lose the weight, and then we're done, and then you start going back to all the nasty habits. But I love what you said about the word transform, and if you can talk a little bit about that. And I love also how you're looking at things like in a very holistic approach. So you're looking at the mindset, you're looking at creating habits, and I want to pick these points and talk about what it's like to actually transform somebody who comes to you into one of your programs.
Exactly. So basically, what people see that to transform someone's life or to transform someone's body is just the outcome of the mindset. Basically, I always notice their mindset, their habits and their patterns, and these patterns and these habits have been built in their past. So for that I need to understand their surrounding and then the childhood and then the journey they have lived, be it a professional journey or personal journey. It can be the family, it can be the siblings or the partners, life partners, kids. It covers everything and anything. So it totally depends on person to person that what kind of area I would start digging into when I personally I communicate with them. And then after that I start understand that what are the actual issues. Majority of the time I don't tell openly that this is the issue, because I can see and I can sense they're not ready to accept. And until they are not ready to accept, I will tell them something else. So that's why it's a whole very complicated process to actually explain, even because it requires a lot of mind game and brain coaching, because I prepare them to actually reach to that level that they can accept, yet this is the problem. Yes, actually my sometimes it's the family is the problem, sometimes it's the relationship is the problem, sometimes the job is the problem, and I need to change this job, and sometimes it's just the issues I'm dealing with of my childhood, those are the problem. So I need to make them comfortable first to reach to that level that actually realize that this is the problem, and then start, because you cannot just remove habits and then you need to replace habits. So 100%. You need to build new habits, and building new habits, especially when you're in your 30s or like late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, the older you are, the difficult it is. The neuroplasticity is the most difficult task to actually do to someone.
True.
And anyone who accepts it, because it requires so much patterns you have to change.
Exactly.
And it's not like, okay, fine, I'm going to read these 4 pages and I'm going to practice this meditation, mindfulness, journaling, and I'm going to work out every day, and this is my nutrition plan, I'm going to follow it, khalas. It doesn't work that way, because maybe you get motivated by the way I speak and what I say, but the time you will leave my office, you will get a call, and that argument or that news, be it good or bad, is going to wipe everything what I said to you.
Exactly.
So my work starts when you leave my office. My work starts when you leave my gym. And that's where I work in the depth of people's mind. Yes, building long-term habits, it's not entirely up to me. I can help, I can guide, but it's totally up to their surrounding, that how much they can either inspire their surrounding to help them, utilize your surrounding to help you, or you need to take a break from your surrounding and inspire them from far. One of this you have to do. I don't tell people like, you have to leave these people. Maybe sometimes it's very close people, you cannot leave them.
Yep.
But you need to become that powerful, that powerhouse, that you start motivating and inspiring them. Instead, they influence you. So you influence them. Then only it works.
That's a beautiful concept, honestly, because like with what we do with positive psychology and parenting and so on in families, when a parent comes to us, like in our workshops or in our consultations, and they say, my child is doing this that's wrong, and we saying, listen, it's going to take some time to reverse the habits. It's exactly what you're doing.
Yes.
And it's that exactly the neuroplasticity of you're changing, and the beauty of the brain is that it can change, but it actually takes time.
It takes a lot of time
to change those neurons, that activity, into doing one action to another or changing that habit to another. But it's very tough, especially if you have people who are in the older age group. Even the younger ones, like even when we have our kids, I mean, it's very difficult because we don't want to leave our comfort zone.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave that chair and then you're eating your popcorn in front of TV all the time. You don't want to do that, because that's what your brain is saying. Okay, you know what? We're comfortable in that seat. We're comfortable binging that show. I don't want to leave there to go to the gym. I'm not happy doing it. So if somebody comes to you, what's the first thing that you ask them to do, other than the changing in the mindset and so on? But we have to start with small habits, as you said. What's a habit that's something that like a blueprint, if you like?
Yeah. So very few things I will tell you. Let's say the 3 things if I will tell you. First thing is follow the circadian rhythm. Sleep on time, wake up on time at the same time. People say like, oh, I work this way, or I'm this and I cannot sleep. I have never woken up early in the morning, blah, blah, blah. And I always tell them, no matter how powerful you are, if you can buy the sun and the moon and then make them change their direction according to you, please do that. Be my guest.
Yep.
You will help me. But no one can, right?
No.
That's it. Circadian rhythm, you don't decide that.
No.
You just follow it. In nature, we can say that we are the owner of our life, but we are not.
No.
We are not. It's God. It's nature. And that decides that what you're supposed to do, and you must do it. The more you deny to do it, the more you will suffer. It's simple as that. Why you invite suffering more and more in your life? So don't be that stubborn kid that who doesn't understand this basics. So this is number 1, is that fixing your sleep. Excuse me.
Of course.
Number 2 is eating healthy. Even if it's the same food, just eat that. Start focusing that dopamine high from something else, from actually putting in real work into your goal, pursuing that goal. instead of you putting that dopamine and receiving that dopamine from food high.
Quick wins.
Yeah, quick wins you should not have. Think in the long run. That's number 2. Number 3, start moving your body. You don't need to go to gym. Just move your body. Go for a walk, go for a hike, cycle, do push-ups at home, do squats at home if you cannot join the gym, or if you cannot afford to join a gym. Just do these things. And then if you can, then people like me, or just come to TYB. I have the whole program where everything is set. Like as I said, my Kaizen program, especially where I have integrated breath work, meditations, journaling,
Amazing.
the community, the group exercises, and community discussions, weekly meditations with me, and a lot of we work on the success stories, then physical training, then your stretchings, everything is there. In the travelings also, because especially when you are living in the UAE or country like UAE, most common thing is traveling.
Yeah.
So I actually make people travel with me, and I teach them how to travel.
Lovely, just like retreats.
Yes, retreats.
Amazing.
And I teach them how to travel. If you will see my results, like Mr. Ghalib, Negi, Nikita, Ramya, Noshin, Manisha, these are the people who have lost 50 kgs, 30 kgs, 55, and they kept it. They're inspiring the world right now. They are influencers. They're inspiring everyone around them. Some of the people majority of them are the CEOs. Majority of them are at a higher position. And this morning only, I've asked them, like, so apart from just losing weight, let's not talk about the weight. What else have you achieved? They say, like, our P&L have changed 20% more, 30% more. We are making more money. So people want to actually make money. But if you think, because I strongly believe that habits build businesses. Whatever your habits are, if you think you have good habits, you will build amazing business. If you think you have bad habits, you will build a business which is not going to actually add value in the society. Even you're going to put them in the wrong direction. So change your habits, build healthy habits, because it's going to impact your job, it's going to impact your business.
I love this. You know what I love about what you're saying with your Kaizen program, whatever, is that it is a holistic approach. You're not looking at, okay, so we need to lose this amount of kilos and this amount of this is part of it, because it's the measurable KPI that you're looking at, but you're also looking at that mindfulness, the mindset. The moment that you leave my office, after that one-on-one consultation or the group consultation, whatever it is that you do, you're taking the learning and you're applying it into your daily life. I mean, this is exactly what we're looking for, because I think one of the main issues that we all grew up with is that yo-yo dieting thing, where you just, it's a quick win and then you're done, we're leaving. That's it, khalas, finished. But the reality is, Yasir, that it's for our health at the end of the day. I mean, I was one of those people last year. It was the first time for me to ever battle with weight issues, because I was on very heavy medication. And I gained 12 kilos in 1 year. So this was like huge for me. I look like a very different person. And I went to my doctors in May 2024, and I sat with them. I said, I'm letting go of the antidepressants, I'm letting go of the cortisone. Because I have an autoimmune disease, so my body was flaring and we didn't know why, and they put me on all of these different medications, and I know that they're coming from a good place because I do have amazing doctors. But I sat with them. I said, listen, I need to take control of my health, and I need to be mindful about what I'm doing now. And I am still flaring with all of these medications, but I look at myself in the mirror yesterday and I don't know who I am. And I sat down with the doctors. We weaned off the medication. I stopped my last medication in September. But now they're like, when you do that, you have to be very mindful. So I'm very mindful that I do my yoga. I'm very mindful that I have a PT who's amazing, and I go to her every 3 times a week. I'm very mindful about my eating habits. I'm mindful about, my meditation, the praying, like all of these things are coming in cycle. The circadian cycle, as you mentioned, like we're looking at when do you wake up, when do you go? We wake up for Fajr to pray, and then we keep going, and so on. The journaling, the mindfulness, and I teach all of this for my parents. But I have seen a shift in myself and in my well-being that is beyond the weight loss. So in all of these, like 3 months, 4 months, I've lost 5 kilos. But when people look at me, they look at me like I'm different. It's not about I am getting back into health, and I know it's going to take me a while, because as we age, it's not going to be very easy. But it's exactly what you're saying, that it's not about the weight loss. My energy is different, my spirit is different, the way that I'm handling things is different. I'm much calmer. because it's a full cycle.
Yes.
And I hated when I was younger, maybe, and you wanted to fit into the perfect dress and the perfect size 0, and also and you go in and the nutritionist will give you like a piece of paper and say, this is what you need to lose your weight. But the reality is that it's very short-lived just to get into that dress.
Yeah.
But the moment that moment is over, there's so much else that's going on.
Exactly.
And I love what you're doing to bringing that into space. And even though you have like celebrities coming to you from all over the world to come in to get into your program, you also deal with the average person like myself, who is probably the essence of your work, right?
I believe, I tell you, everyone who I am working on are my celebrities because they are my projects.
Yeah.
And no one is bigger than my project
100%.
because it represents my work. And as a man, this was when I was in my teens, early teens, 13, 14 years old. I only used to pray that God, Ya Allah, just make me a man of that he is known for his work. His worth should be by his work and not by his family name or his religion or his color or his ethnicity anywhere. So today there is nothing more important for me than the work I do, because that's the value I add in the society. And as you said that you're becoming better, this is exactly what I tell people. They say like, okay, so when we will transform, what will happen to us? I say, you're a good person right now. You will become a better human being. You will not just become a lighter human being, because the body, what is showing, is you focus on the weight, but that's not the problem.
No.
The problem is the mind.
Exactly.
And when we learn to deal with mind, automatically you will become a better human being.
100%.
Because your body is designed to perform certain things in certain time in a day, and you are supposed to take care of yourself. Automatically, when you show that you can take care of yourself, nature will take care of every problem in your life automatically. And when you can do this, you slow down your mind, you control your thought process, and your cortisol level comes down automatically. And whatever it be, a male or a female, whatever your hormone is, testosterone or estrogen, it starts shooting up.
Yes.
And once starts shooting up, you are in your senses and in your persona. You're a better woman, you're a better man.
100%.
And even if you're parents, you'll become a better parent, because as you said, that what is your work is parenting. I strongly believe that when parents have problems with their kids, they should just look at the mirror.
Yeah, it's a reflection.
It's you. And before you change that problem in you, it will not change in kids.
100%.
They will only dislike you, they will only hate you, they will only misbehave with you, because their mind, subconscious mind and conscious mind, is just not understanding. Because in their subconscious mind, it's built that you do it. Now when you are asking them not to do it, consciously they are trying not to do it, but the subconscious and conscious is fighting.
100%.
There is a fight in them. And when you are constantly shouting and taking them to the therapist or the teacher, that this person, or husband wife fighting with each other, that my son and the daughter is like doing this and that, but just look at yourself, change yourself first, then start showing automatically, and I can guarantee 99% of the problem will be gone without you saying it.
100%.
Because they will not follow it.
I agree.
So if you work on yourself, you will not only help yourself, you will also help your kids. And it's just that simple.
One of the things I'm doing, capitalizing on what you're saying, is that I started moving this year from just focusing on the parenting, but also focusing on the well-being of the mother.
Yes.
Because I've had clients for maybe a year and a half, where you see the mother, she's struggling, she's trying her best, she's following everything that you're saying, and there is slight change in the kids, but because she's not well, she's not really able to deliver. And when she's not able to deliver, then it's like a very negative cycle of everything that's falling into place. And I think this is what I love about what you're doing, because it is a holistic approach.
Yeah.
The last few weeks we've started doing the well-being for the mom, and I kid you not, Yasir, the results that I'm seeing are ridiculous. They're so good, and you can tell the impact. And that's why I love it when we have people like you who are in the well-being space and the wellness space, who they say transform, and it's not just transform of yalla, let's lose the weight, and let's do that, but we're changing the entire mindset. I want you, long after you've stopped our coaching program and long after you stopped to do this, you're still exercising because it's good for you, because of the health, because of what you're bringing into the space, because of how it makes you as a better person.
Yes.
So it's like you're completely shifting the mindset to become better and better and better. And I think
100%.
this is amazing.
Yes,
This is what you're doing is awesome.
It's beautiful, and also in this equation, I will tell you that you're teaching mothers right now. It's beautiful. There is one more equation: is fathers.
100%. We want the fathers to come into space.
Because fathers, see, I tell you one thing. If I can explain this to you in a better way, fathers decides the boundary. Mothers fill in that.
Yeah.
If the boundary is wrong, they will only be filling the wrong. It's like you draw it. So you give the shape. Now you put the colors.
Yeah.
Colors putting inside the shape is the mother, because they need that guide. They need that leader in the house. Once you have that, mother will be very happily and easily will be able to deliver their job.
100%.
And then the kids will learn with both properly.
Yeah.
And if the father, for an example, you're teaching your kids discipline. Father comes home at 2, sleep till 10. Mother is constantly trying to fix the child, an environment of the house. How it will work?
It won't. That's what we're seeing.
I know, and it hurts people when I say this. Many people mind it, but that's the truth. That is the truth. And if you can change that, the fathers can change. Mothers will make all the rules and regulation implement in the house in their daily work, and fathers will decide the boundary, the rules and regulations, and the time management. And then you see that house will flourish.
Yeah.
That's called the actual parenting. That's how they both support.
No, and we need them both. We need everybody in the space. And at the end of the day, those children, they're growing up. We're not raising kids, we're raising adults.
And whoever is trying to make the hard decisions, for an example, if mother says like, okay, all the kids, I have 3 children and they all need to be super fit. This is what we are going to eat and this is how we are going to sleep. This is what you need to go to gym and train. Father is overweight. So automatically father is constantly offering them pizza. Yeah. Oh, my daughter is crying. Let's go. I will give you the ice cream.
Or the iPad.
Or the iPad or the television, anything. Yeah. It's a constant fight. True. And if that happens, first of all, in the younger age, they will always pick whoever is easy.
Of course.
And who is easy at that time? Father. So they will go to father. And they will start eating. First, their health, their lifestyle is spoiled. Now mother and father are fighting.
Yeah.
That is another bad energy, and the bad vibe is created in the household.
True.
Now kids are confused that who to listen to and what to do.
Yeah.
Right? And there is constantly, they are living under the threat. If you grow your children like that, then this is something which is people really need to think deeply. That's why they go after the iPads and the social media and started recording their own self, and they start posting everything, and there is no privacy, there is no mental health, all this is and that's where the father says like, stop this, you cannot do this. Mother says that, okay, we are going to live. So they discuss first, and then I'm sure you must be teaching this, but I'm just telling you this because this is what I guide in my program as well.
That's amazing. And I love how you're bringing in like the everyday stories into your program to make it real.
Yes.
And I think this is the reason why you are able to transform all these thousands of lives. It's not a coincidence, Yasir, and I really do commend you for all that you're doing.
Thank you.
We're at the end, unfortunately. I mean, there's so much more to talk about, but are there any other last words that you want to leave us with?
I would say, first of all, thank you very much for having me here.
It's a pleasure.
And we are sitting with almost 40% obesity in the world right now. The unhealthy lifestyle is huge, and the food industry and everything, the processed food and everything. So this is the high time that people must transform not just their bodies but their entire mindset. And anyone who needs my help, I'm always there. They can follow me on my Instagram, they can check my videos on YouTube, and if they want to join, they can always come and join me in TYB. It's in Al Quoz, and we have different programs for everyone. We have separate just female area, we have female trainers as well, we have males, all different programs, like everything for everyone if you are ready to transform. But that first step you need to take.
Yeah. And honestly, it's you just need to take that first step and be ready for that mindfulness change.
And one thing, that to take that step, you required courage. Just have courage.
That's amazing, and I think that's a beautiful note to end on. Thank you, Yasir. I mean, you're doing a wonderful job in the space, and I'm sure that more and more people are gonna, jump in on that. And I think there's a health movement going on right now, with sports, with fitness. People are 40s really is the new 20, and I think most of us are jumping in on that. And we just want to be healthy as we age, and we don't want to go down that negative cycle that we've seen our parents and our older generation go down on.
Indeed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you. My name's Hanan Izzuddin. I run the Family Hub. It has been a pleasure. Thank you.